We're going to start off with a rolled towel or blanket, and we're going to lay down with the blanket and the blanket in between the bottom ribs and your pelvis. So we have a nice little belly massage to start off with. So the blanket, if you can, roll it tightly. And mine's a rather thick blanket, so if yours is like this and it's rolled too much, it's too high for you, you can unroll it and have the tail part underneath your frontal hip points for comfort. And you can start off on your forearms. All right, so you're gonna start off with a nice visceral massage. Oh, I'm gonna forget, I need to mute everybody. Slowly, slowly. Okay, and this is a nice way to explore compression and space today. You may notice some tender spots. You can even bend your knees and roll a little bit side to side. Right, using the sense of compression and massage to help create space, this dance of compression and space. And also using the blanket as physical feelback to move through any areas of stagnation. Right, we're also approaching our enteric nervous system, our gut instinct, so many references here, intuition, and also our ability to digest concepts, the situation. And you can stay here on your elbows or overlap one hand on top of the other. Rest your forehead on your hands or fists stacked on top of each other. And very mindfully breathing your belly into the blanket. And with each exhale, allow the blanket to soften towards your back body. And doing that about 10 to 15 more full, not forceful, cycles of breath. Again, you may notice some tender spots and not trying to get rid of them without trying to make them go away. Just allow your breath to hold space for whatever sensations arise. This posture can be a self-inquiry, cultivating a sense of curiosity to where we hold unnecessary tension, again, without any judgments, without any expectations. You may even feel the blood pumping through. There it is. You have that sense of feel back and feedback from the blanket. Noticing the life force moving within you, especially in this area. I often like to use this posture to bring a sense of groundedness when I feel overwhelmed. Also, could be a nice way to release any lower back tension. Right, accepting this sense of support of the blanket in the front body so the back body can soften. And so the way of feeling like you have a sense of support, 360 degrees sense of support, this being the front side. Again, so the back body doesn't have to work overtime, doesn't have to compensate for lack of support in other areas. Again, about 5 more cycles of breath. Breathing fully into the blanket. Exhale. Blanket burrito softens towards the back body. And also our respiratory diaphragm is connected to the inside of our bottom two ribs. You might be feeling some release there. And after your next exhale, we'll slowly release. Maybe first you come onto your elbows and then make your way onto your hands and knees, onto all fours, and blanket burrito to the side. And coming onto your hands and knees, we'll do a couple rounds of cat-cows in a little different way. So first, the movement of the head will be different than what we're used to. First, you're gonna melt into your cow. So spinal extension, but let your head drop. And then inhale, breathe into the back of the body and allow the back of the skull to lift, looking slightly forward. Coming into your cow, let the head drop. And round and lift your head. And do that 3 more times, rhythm of your own breath. As you come into your cow shape, you're dropping the head. As you come into your cat shape, you're lightly lifting your head. Rhythm of your own breath. Embracing the newness of this movement if this is new for you. And after your last round, feel free to move in any way that feels good to you. We'll rock side to side. Body circles around. Let's bring it to center. Extend your right leg back behind you. Ball the right foot. And slide your right foot to the left and look over your left shoulder. Shoulders away from your ears. Breathing into your side body. Reach and extend through your right heel for 3, 2, and 1. Bringing it to center. Walk your hands to the right and tuck your right knee behind your left knee and bring your hips back. Your hips probably aren't going to touch your heels. Somewhere on the way, the direction of hips back and lengthening through the side body, lengthening through the outer hips for another 3, 2, and 1. Coming back on up to center. Walk your hands to center and right knee below the right hip. Extend your left leg back. And slide your left leg to the right and look over your right shoulder. Breathing here. Breathing into the side seam of your body, the spaces in between your ribs. And then slowly bring it to center. Keep your left leg where it is. Walk your hands to the left diagonal. Top of the left foot, left knee behind the right knee. And bring your hips back. Again, maintaining that sense of support and spaciousness in the belly, lower back, and sides of your body, sides of the waist for 3, 2, and 1. Slowly come on up, hands and knees, and now left knee below the left hip. Bring your hands and knees closer together, wrist prep, fingertips spin outward, or fingertips spin towards your knees. Circle the hips 3 times each direction, heels of the hands, lifting up as the hips come back. 3 times each direction, shoulders soften away from your ears. And then we'll bring it to center, fingertips forward, back of the hands, shoulders from the ears. And light fist, close the hands. On the exhale, inhale, open. 6 more times. As you do that, make sure you're distributing the weight evenly as you can between thumb side and pinky side. And last round, peel the hands away. Stand on your knees, circle your wrists. And you could shake your hands out. And as you shake your hands out, relax your shoulders. Stay standing on your knees, reach your arms up, inhale, and then exhale, right elbow underneath the left, either opposite hand, opposite shoulder, back of the hands, or palms together. Stay here, or have a seat on your heels. Lift the elbows up, lift the back of the heart. Exhale, rounding inward. And circle around 3 times, each direction. Best you can, isolate the movement from the upper back and the shoulder blades. And we'll meet center, stand on your knees for your wings and left elbow underneath. You can stay standing on your knees or have a seat. Lifting the elbows, you can even lift your chin to move with the elbows as you exhale, round inward, puff up the back of the heart. The space in between your shoulder blades, and let's circle 3 times around each direction so you're freeing up your wings. Loosen up the fibers of your upper back. And then last round, standing on your knees, free your wings, lift up, and we'll meet hands and knees onto all 4s. Okay, so you could feel free to drop down to your knees for this variation. We'll start off in plank pose in a high push-up position. So knees are slightly behind the hips. You can stay here. Either curl the toes under and lift your hips up. And maintain a sense of spaciousness in the back body. So send your breath to the back body and then lift your right leg up. So you could do this with the left knee down. You can just step your right foot forward towards the outside of your right hand. So we'll have a pocket of fire here. You get to step your left foot forward as you lift your right hand up. So you're going to step your left foot forward towards, or you could tap your left knee in front. And then reach it back, and then right hand down, right leg back. Right foot forward, lift the right hand, and step the left foot through. So functional movement. And reach back. Keep on keeping on. You can also keep your left knee down and step the right foot forward, lift the right hand, and bring the left knee forward. Left knee back, right hand down, right leg floats back. Right foot forward, right hand lifts, left knee in, or you can reach the left leg through. And either left knee down, left foot back, right hand down, and right leg lifts. Do that about 2 to 3 more times. Really embracing the awkward. Again, taking child's pose whenever you need. It's a nice functional twist and shoulder work. And we'll meet in child's pose. Any variation you like, reconnect to your breath. Process what just happened so we can play like that on the other side. So hands and knees, awareness of the core. Again, you could either keep the right knee down, extend the left leg back, and then step the left foot towards the outside of your left hand. Left hand lifts, and you can tap right knee forward, bring it back, left hand down, left leg back, or plank pose. Lift the left leg, step it forward, left hand lifts, and reach the right leg through. Press down using the core, right leg back, left leg back. So we'll do that about 6 to 8 times. I'll do it with the knee. Be right knee down, left foot forward, left hand lifts, right leg forward, right hand down. Right, 6 to 8 times. Right, so this is one-legged plank variation here. Or right knee stays down, left foot forward, left hand lifts, right knee reach it forward. Right knee down, left hand down, left leg back. And then we'll meet child's pose, connecting to your breath, breathing into all sides of your body. Let your breath settle. Now coming on up onto your hands and knees, walk the wrists slightly in front of the shoulders. Spread your fingers wide, curl the toes under. Hips reach back towards the heels and then up. Downward facing dog. Feel free to pedal it out. Move in any way that feels good to you. You can even turn, spin the heels one direction as you stretch opposite side of the body. And we'll bring it to center. And then walk your hands all the way back to your feet into ragdoll. Bend your knees so much. Belly to thighs, release your spine. You can stay here or flip your palms up and let the back of your hands rest on the ground. Letting go. Thinking of one thing in your life that you can let go of. Anything that is not serving you positively as you allow your thoughts to drip down to the ground. And slowly releasing, pressing the soles of feet to the ground, belly flies in and up as you roll it up one vertebrae at a time. Once you're at the top, circle your shoulders back, shake it out, and we'll meet at the top of the mat. At the top of your mat, feet pelvis width apart. And then reach your arms up, inhale, interlace your fingers and release your index fingers and thumbs. Squeeze the arms straight. And then lean on over to your left side. And 10 little pulses at end range here. So this movement acknowledges our ability to bounce back, our elasticity. As you wake up that side body, the connective tissue of the side body, and we'll meet center. And now to the right, about 10 little bounces here. 10 little bounces. And then we'll slowly make our way back on up. Inhale, exhale, hands to your heart, hinge at your hips, bend your knees, and fold forward. Now bend your knees as much as you need to have your hands, fingertips, or you can use a block or a light fist. Placing your left hand below your face. Come into like a halfway lift and then reach your right arm up. So keep the knees as bent as you need to keep or make contact with your left hand to the ground for 3, 2, and 1. Slowly releasing and switching sides. Right fingertips or a light fist down. Imagine you're doing a headstand on the wall in front of you. Nice long spine for 3, 2, and 1. Release both hands down. Halfway lift, your halfway lift. Exhale, hands on the ground. Step back into plank pose. Inhale, think up. As you exhale, lower the knees down, lower all the way down. Either locust or cobra or upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Hips up and back. Inhale, lift your right leg up. Open up the right hip, bend the right knee. Resist collapsing in your forearms. Lift your armpits from the ground. Then lifting your left heel, bend your left knee, pull back into your left leg, and exhale, right foot steps forward. Make your way into a crescent lunge. Press to the right heel, press to the ball of the back foot. Ooh, dancing. And lift up. On your next exhale, interlace your hands and place them on your front thigh. Do a couple cat-cows here. So round the spine, look inward, and inhale like a cow. Exhale, round. You can have softness in the back knee. Do that 4 more times. Rhythm of your own breath. Hug those legs in towards each other. All right, with each exhale, you're softening the sides of the waist to the back body. And then we'll meet in crescent lunge again. Reach the arms up. Exhale, hands to the ground or blocks, coming into standing, split standing L. You can even walk the fingertips forward a little bit and lift the right heel, bowing the chin inward. And then lower the right heel, bend both knees, look forward as you tap your left knee behind your right calf. Exhale, straighten the leg, lift the right heel, look inward, and inhale. Right heel down, look forward, left knee behind right calf. More times. Rhythm of your own breath. Right, looking inward on the exhale. About 2 more times like that. Looking forward on that inhale. And after the last round, right heel down, and we'll take a seated twist. So left knee outside of right foot. Have a seat. And you can grab onto your blanket roll, unroll it however much you need to. You're gonna place your blanket roll right at your belly. And we're gonna use the blanket roll. Again, unroll it as much as you need for our twist. So right hand on the ground behind you, reaching the left arm up, lengthen through the spine, and as you exhale, hugging that right knee in with your left elbow crease, or you can hook the left elbow outside and maintain groundedness through the sitting bones, or reach through the spine as you twist, pressing elbow into knee, knee into elbow, or resistance between left elbow crease and right knee, or holding on with your hand with each inhale, breathing your belly into the blanket like we did lying down. And with each exhale, allow the blanket to soften in towards your belly, towards your spine. About another 3 more full cycles of breath. Right, directing attention to our center, our sense of self. And after your last round, slowly releasing. Blanket burrito to the side. Use fingertips if you need. You're going to shift the weight forward. So we're going to come into that standing splits, but more like an L here. And then bend the right knee as much as you need to, or use a block underneath your left hand. I'm going to move back here. Coming into a revolved half moon. All right, so you can have softness in that right knee, energizing the left leg as you lift from the inner thigh, pulling that outer right hip back. Another 3, 2, and 1. Slowly releasing both hands to the ground, downward facing dog, or take a high to low push-up in between, and we'll meet. Downward facing dog. And I'm going to switch sides. So now lift your left leg up to the sky. Open up your left hip. Bend your left knee. Resist collapsing in your forearms. So forearms and armpits lift away from the ground. Lift your right heel and bend your right knee. Pull back into your right leg. And as you exhale, step your left foot forward. Coming into crescent lunge. Root down through the feet and legs to rise up. And then exhale, interlace your hands on your front thigh. And cat-cows here. With the spine, with the pelvis. You can keep softness in the back knee. And about 4 more. Rhythm of your own breath. Rhythm of your own breath. And we'll meet in crescent lunge. Root down, rise up, inhale. Exhale, stand in splits. Fingertips on the ground or blocks. Shift the weight forward. Lift your left heel. Look inward, bow inward. And as you bring the heel down, inhale, bend both knees and right knee taps behind left, look forward. Exhale, lengthen and look inward. Left heel lift and inhale. Bend both knees. Exhale, left heel, right leg lift, and inhale. About 3, 4 more times like that. Whatever's touching the ground, press away in order to maintain a sense of buoyancy. And the last round, we'll have a seat. Right knee outside of left foot. Grabbing onto your blanket burrito, placing it right up in your belly. Left hand behind you. Right arm reaches up. And exhale, take your twist. Whatever twist you're taking today on this side. So sitting bones heavy. Sitting bones root down into the ground. Lift and lengthen your spine as you twist. Resistance between hand, elbow crease, elbow. And make sure both sitting bones are heavy towards the ground as you breathe your belly into the blanket. And with each exhale, blanket softens towards the back body. Maintaining a sense of broadness through the collarbones, back of the skull lifting up. For another 3, 2, and 1. Mindfully as you can, releasing. Blanket to the side and make your way forward again into that standing L. Keep the hips square, bend the left knee as much as you need. Right fingertips stay down, left arm up to the sky. Reach and extend that back foot back as you twist to the left. Breathe in here for 3. Nice long spine, 2. And 1. Releasing, right foot back, step it back. Down dog, or take your flow. High to low push up. And we'll meet in downward facing dog. Hips up and back. Inhale, lift your heels, bend your knees, and bottom of your exhale, step, hop, or float to the top of the mat. Halfway lift, inhale, and exhale, forward fold. Root down, rise up. Extended mountain pose. Exhale, hands to your heart. Reconnect to your breath. Feeling the ground beneath you and that inner body supported by your breath. So we're gonna come into chair pose now. Bring your feet together, knees together. But we're gonna use the blanket burrito again. Unroll it as much as you need to and place it right there in your hip creases. Okay, and then you're gonna bend your knees and take your twist here, left elbow to the outside of the right knee, and bring your palms together, or you could bring fists together. And then lift your heart up to your thumbs, thumbs towards your heart. And breathing here into that blanket burrito. About 4, 5 full cycles of breath. Maintain weight in your heels and length through your spine. Right, using that blanket as a way to wring out any unnecessary tension in a compassionate way, more as a massage. And then slowly bring it through center and switch sides. So right elbow outside of left knee. Lengthen through the spine, maybe a slight tucking of your chin towards your chest. Back of the neck long. Make sure your thumbs aren't hanging out in your armpits. Thumbs to heart. Lift your heart up to your thumbs for about another 3, 2, and 1. Mindfully as you can, release the blanket. Separate your feet, pelvis width apart, and fold. Let that go. Unload your spine, release your head. And come into a halfway lift. Inhale, sides of the body long. Exhale, step back, down dog. Or take a high to low push up. Locust, cobra, or up dog. Maybe linger there with an extra sense of spaciousness in the front body. And then downward facing dog. Exhale. And lift your heels, bend your knees, and then lengthen your legs. And lift your right leg up. You do a couple hop switches. Might be really little. Right leg up. Hop switch. right? As you hop switch, lift the lifted leg up, lower it down, right? So they might just be really little, or you might make it more fluid. For 3, 2, and 1. Many variations. Right foot steps forward here, and reach your arms up into crescent lunge. We'll do a little dance here. You're gonna bring your hands to your heart, 45-degree angle with the upper body, and bring the left knee next to the right knee. So you're gonna tap the knees together, and then crescent lunge, step it back. Exhale, hands to heart, tap the knees, and back. About 4, 5 more times, keeping that a core awareness. And after your last round, let's meet with the left knee up and the right leg straight. Taking a twist, arms out to the side, twist to the left. Right hand outside of left knee. Flex your left ankle and broaden through both collarbones. Finding one nice soft point of focus here. Breathing. Pressing through that right leg to lift and lengthen. Maybe dance. For 3, 2, and 1. Reach the left leg back into warrior 2. I'll stay here. I'm going to switch sides. Straighten out your front leg, and we'll make our way into a triangle pose variation. So top of the right thigh bone back. Reach as far forward as you can. And place your right hand higher up than you normally do. And then flip your left palm to face the front of the mat and left bicep over left ear. Strong and steady through the legs. Press through the outer left foot. As you reach through your fingertips, to release the neck, look down to the inside of your right foot. And you can even invite in a little bit more puffiness, like a C shape in on the top body here. Maybe even turn, you might find a different area to explore your heart slightly towards the ground for 3, 2, and 1. Left arm lifts up and come all the way on up. Bring your hands to your hips. You're gonna bring your heels in, toes out, and come into a horse pose. Inhale, and as you exhale, fold forward, bring your hands to the ground. And either using fingertips or light fist, left hand center, lengthen through the spine and right arm up. Press to the heels, lengthen through the spine for 3, 2, and 1. Mindfully releasing, switching sides, right hand down, left arm up. Breathing here for 3, 2, and 1. Release both hands down as you lengthen the legs, turn the toes in and heels out, and fold. You can stay here with the hands beneath the shoulders, elbows pointing straight back, or you can interlace the hands behind your back, reach the knuckles to the sky, upper arm bones towards your hips as you release your head, staying strong through your legs for another 4, 3, 2, and 1. Releasing the hands down. Halfway lift, inhale, exhale, walk your hands to the original front of the mat. Step it back, down dog, or take a flow, high to low push-up. And we'll meet downward facing dog. Left leg lifts up, hop switch, hop switch. Give me a really little hop switch, or as if you're coming in towards a handstand. Embrace and awkward for 3, 2, and 1. We'll meet with the left foot forward. Coming into that crescent lunge. Reconnect to your breath, allow your breath to settle. And as you exhale, hands to your heart, upper body 45-degree angle, right knee taps inside of left knee. Reach back, lift the arms up, and exhale, tap. About 4, 5 more times. Embracing, dancing and pockets of fire. Keeping that core awareness like a tube of toothpaste, right? Corset around your midline. And let's meet right knee up as you straighten the left leg. So you press to the left leg, left foot, right knee in, arms to the side, and twist to the right. Left hand outside of right knee. And breathe. Maintaining a sense of groundedness through that standing leg as you lift and lengthen through the spine, and keep broadening through that left collarbone. For another 3, 2, and 1. Reaching that right leg back into warrior 2. Straighten out the front leg. And now reach as far forward as you can. Left side body, left hand higher up than you normally do. Right arm up. When we place the hand higher, we invite more space to receive the abundance of our breath. Press to the feet, flip the right palm forward, right bicep over right ear. And look to the inside of your left foot, or you could drop your chin to your left armpit more. And get a little bit more puffy through the right side body. Press to the outer right foot. And as you reach to the right fingertips, like a C curve in the upper body, and turn your heart a little bit more to the ground. And breathe. Breathing in that sense of spaciousness in the side body. For another 3, 2, and 1. Coming all the way back on up, warrior 2. Hands to your hips, straighten the front leg. Parallel your feet here and shorten the distance between your feet. So slightly more shortened stance with the feet. And bending your right knee a lot. So bending your right knee a lot. And then left hand on top of right foot. Fingertips facing towards the right. So you can have left shoulder over left wrist. Make sure the shoulder's not hanging back. So left shoulder over left wrist, right arm up. Long through the spine, through the crown of the head, chin slightly towards the chest, and press to the outer edge of the left foot as you spin your chest to the sky for 3, 2, 1. Stand tall, arms out to the sides. Other side, so bending your left knee, right hand on top, fingertips facing towards the left. And again, make sure that right shoulder is over that right wrist. So you're sinking the hips backwards. So you're softening the inner left groin back. Left arm up. Long spine, press to the outer right foot and spin your chest to the sky. For 3, 2, and 1. Slowly press down, rise up, arms to the sides. Again, you can interlace your hands behind your back, but interlace your hands the awkward way. So the other thumb is on top. Folding forward. Strength through your legs. So make sure you're not dumping into the back of your knees and the back of the hips. Shift the legs slightly forward, pulling the front of the thighs up. Upper arm bones towards your hips, and release your neck and your head for 3, 2, and 1. Mindfully as you can, releasing hands to the ground, and walk your hands to the original front of the mat. Step it back, down dog, or take a high to low push-up. And we'll meet. Downward facing dog. Lower your knees down. Step your right foot forward, and again, we're going to twist with the blanket here, right, up against your belly. We'll come into a low lunge. Make sure you're not dumping into your hips. There's an element of hugging your legs in towards each other. Okay, and you can take the blanket, you can unroll it however much you need. And you can take your right hand to your right hip, pull back. Reach the left arm up, reach forward as if you're reaching the left lung forward, and then twisting. So you're twisting and hooking the left elbow outside of your left elbow, outside of your right knee. And a couple options here. You can open up, keep your left palm open, and rest your chin as you gaze down into that open hand. And breathe your belly with each inhale into the blanket. Each exhale, soften, stay there, or bringing your palms together. Another variation is to make a light fist with your right hand and keep the left palm open. And then press the right fist down to lift as you turn your heart towards your open left palm and your right fist. And again, breathing here. You can even allow the breath to slow down, lengthening the duration of the inhale and exhale, maybe a little bit longer exhale. For 3, 2, and 1. Mindfully releasing. Blanket to the side for the transition. So right knee back and bring your left foot forward. And we'll take the blanket, place it around your belly. Keep taking your time to set up, unroll it however much you need to. And taking the right arm up, reach the right side body, right lung forward, and hook your right elbow to the outside of your left knee. You can keep that left hand to left hip as you rest your chin in your right hand, gazing down to the outside of your left foot. Stay here, or press elbow into knee into elbow, light fist, left fist in right palm, and then press down to lift up. Again, breathing your belly into the blanket with each in-breath. With each with each exhale, soften. Belly to the back body. Another 3, 2, and 1. Mindfully as you can, releasing. Roll the blanket to the side and make your way into child's pose. You can have the knees together, feet together, sweeping the arms back, forehead to the ground, and rock your forehead side to side. And slowly make your way up onto your hands and knees. Now feel free to use a blanket to pad up your knees. We're going to use a strap. If you don't have one, it's okay. You can pretend you have one. Waking up a little bit of the front of the thighs, also a nice way to balance out all that active hip flexion we did. So have your hands on the strap as if you were going to do shoulder flossing, and maybe slightly more narrow than that. And we're going to do some of the lean backs. So the tops of the feet press down, pull the strap taut, and we're not bending over backwards here. We're taking the frontal hip points and lifting them up, pubic bone forward. So you're shortening the distance between your pubic bone and your breastbone here. Even like a softening of your bottom 2 ribs in, like the xiphoid process. Imagine you're pulling a strap apart if you don't have, and press the tops of the feet down. The more you lean back, the more you lift your frontal hip points, bring your pubic bone forward and come back up. Inhale, lean back, and exhale, come back up. 5 to 6 more times. 5 to 6 more times. Own breath. So whatever's touching the ground, right? The tops of your feet and your knees, your shins are pressing away to lift back on up. Now at the top, separate your hands more if you need, and shoulder flossing back and lift up. We'll pause at the top and go back. So instead of going forward, we'll just pause at the top and reach back. Do that about 4, 6 more times. Keep firing up the bottom fibers of your bottom. Keep softening the front of the ribs in. And on this last one, find the point where you just begin to meet resistance, and breathe there. Top of the throat back, back of the skull lifts up. And then keeping that sense of core awareness, slowly release the strap behind you and give a little bit of slack to the belt. Curl the toes under. And if it's fair and friendly for you, you can hold on to your heels for a camel pose. You can also drop the belts and place your hands on your lower back and lift up here. But again, maintaining a sense of firing up the bottom fibers of your glutes. 3, you can look forward, let the head go. 2, and 1. Press down, lift from the back of the ribs. Come all the way on up and have a seat on your heels. Either keep the toes curled under or tops of the feet. Pause and notice any shifts or changes. And now we'll make our way onto our backs, having that rolled blanket nearby for some flowing bridges. So for flowing bridges, heels about in line with your sitting bones, but adjust however you need so that your knees are happy. Arms at your sides, palms facing down. And on your inhale, lift your hips up and reach your arms overhead. And exhale, lower your arms and lower your hips. 6 to 8 more times like that, again, as you move through any physical, emotional, mental stagnation. You can have something in mind if you want. Right? As you maintain that sense of groundedness through your heels, a sense of support of your core. So the belly and ribs soften down, making sure you're not over efforting the individual self through the movement, through the posture, through the situation, maintaining that connection to center and to self. And after your last round, we're going to use the, as tightly as you can, rolled up blanket. Lift your hips and place it underneath your sacrum, right? That could be, you can try to first place it just below the top of your pelvis. And arms wherever comfortable. Right knee in without using your hands, left knee in. And soften the front of the body to the back. And reach and extend your right leg, either 45-degree angle, a little bit lower, but again, hugging in around that corset, right? That tube of toothpaste, and lifting the right leg up an inch and lower. And little bounces here, core engagement. So there's going to be a little bit more lifting of the frontal hip points away from the thighs for another 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hug that right knee in and extend your left leg out. And lift an inch and lower. Little pulses here. Another 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hug your left knee in. And now a little massage for the sacrum and the SI joint. You can adjust the blanket however you need. This is a nice area to turn on the off switch. Got a lot of connective tissue here in between your sacrum and the 2 halves of your pelvis. Right, just like we did on our bellies with the blanket underneath the belly, lying face down. This can also be a nice way to down regulate. Now you're going to lean on over, not all the way to the outside of the right hip, but somewhere halfway between. So that point where the sacrum and the left half of your pelvis meets, kind of like in the area where the dimple is, the dimples are. And now you're going to make teeny tiny circles with your knees. Teeny tiny circles to help massage that area. Again, you can allow the breath to settle and switch directions. Teeny tiny circles with both your knees. And you can keep with this, right, switching directions or only circling the left knee. Teeny tiny circles, about 6 to 8 times each direction. Make sure your breath is moving freely within you. After your last round, knees together, center side to side a couple times. And we'll bring it to the right side, about halfway to the right. So you're resting in the area where the sacrum and the right half of the pelvis meet. And teeny tiny circles here with your knees. About 6 to 8 times each direction. Relaxing your jaw. Relaxing your tongue from the roof of your mouth. And you can keep with this one, just switching directions 6 to 8 times, or just your right knee. Teeny tiny circles. It's kind of cool also to notice how the movement of the thigh bone and the hip socket affects this area. Teeny tiny circles. Turning on the off switch. And slowly bring the knees together, rock side to side. Lower the feet to the ground. You can roll to one side or lift the hips to release the rolled blanket. And now we'll take the rolled blanket in the back of the heart. Maybe take a little trial and error to figure out the sweet spot for you. I'm going to put on a sweater. You need to do the same. Go for it. So you're going to place it behind your heart, maybe just above the shoulder blade, the bottom tips of the shoulder blades. So and then you could press down through the feet to roll over, like spill over. So your shoulders and your elbows will be off the mat. You can have the knees bent, knees resting towards each other, feet as wide as the mat. Or you can extend your legs forward. Just inviting in a sense of openness and spaciousness. Right, if you feel any crunching in the back of the neck, try bringing your chin more in towards your chest or lowering the roll. So unrolling it until it's a good height for you. Breathing into all sides of your heart, front, back, and sides. So you're even breathing the vertebrae, your upper back, into the blanket on each inhale. With each exhale, giving more weight of your body to the ground, to the blanket roll. As you accept that external sense of support of the blanket, of the mat, and accept the internal support of your breath. And you can bring awareness now to breathing into all sides of your pelvic bowl, front, back, and sides. Includes the back of the waist, even the back of the ribs. All right, you are supported. Now 3 more full cycles of breath. And after your last cycle for this shape. You can bend the knees, roll to one side. And I'm gonna slide that tightly as you can. Rolled blanket now to the base of your skull. The base of your skull, right at the ridge where the base of the skull and neck meet. Again, you can have the legs straight or knees bent. And rock your head side to side. So you begin to massage the base of the skull, rolling all the way to the space just behind your ears. And then hang out on your left side, just behind your ear. And make teeny tiny circles with your nose. You're massaging around this area or any sweet spot that you discover. Teeny tiny, maybe explore a little bit bigger circling, 6 to 8 times. Each direction. And feel free to linger anywhere where it's most curious and interesting. Slowly make your way to center, side to side a couple times before we land, landing on the right side. Right, teeny tiny circles, or exploring a little bit bigger circles, right around the area that is behind your right ear. 6 to 8 times. Softening your shoulders away from your ears. And your last round. A couple times side to side again to smooth it out. Now feel free to take any other shape or movement you need for 6 to 8 cycles of your own breath. You can remove, you can keep the blanket where it is. If you want a little extra time there. Or you could do a happy baby pose, hug the knees in, rock side to side. If you're doing happy baby, you can grab onto the outside edges of your feet, elbows, the inside of your knees or shins, and press the two together, using your hands, the outer edges of the feet to pull down as you press the inner edges of your feet up. You can slowly release. And similar to how we did on our bellies, but you can use the rolled blanket now that we're on our back and place it on your belly or a book or your hands on your lowest part of your belly. Knees resting towards each other, or legs could be straight, coming into your resting pose, your Shavasana. And if you're using your hands or the blanket, breathing your belly up into your hands or the rolled blanket. Each exhale, allow your hands or the blanket to soften to your back body. As you soften from the inside out, give more weight of your body and your bones to the ground, beneath the ground. Allow your body to melt and to spread across the floor. As you allow the contents of your brain to settle, by softening the space in between your ears. Your breath, relaxing your jaw. Let the bones of your face be heavy to the back of your skull. Maybe reflecting on any insights that you gained about yourself, about your practice, and how you can apply that not only on your mat, but also off your mat. offering up any of those insights, the vast ocean of consciousness. Allow yourself to be filled with peace and awareness. About another good couple cycles of breath here. And of course, if you have the time and the opportunity, you could always stay here longer. And slowly begin to deepen your breath, bringing movement back to your fingers and your toes. And gently turning your head side to side. And with awareness, drawing your knees in towards your chest, giving yourself a hug of gratitude for investing this time on your mat. And with awareness, we'll roll on over to our right side, coming on up slowly. Head's the last thing to come on up into a comfortable seated position. Eyes could be closed or soft gaze. And overlap your hands on top of your heart. Press down through your sitting bones, lengthen through the spine and side body as you lift your heart up into your hands. Gentle pressure of hands on heart, lifting heart up into hands as you think of one thing in your life that you're grateful for, no matter how big or small. And we'll end together with one cleansing breath. First, empty out all the air from your lungs. Inhale through your nose, fill up. Keep the heart lifted, exhale, ha. And as always, gratitude for practicing together. May it all be a benefit to us and everybody else around us. Namaste. Shabbat shalom. Thank you for practicing together, everybody. We're going to make space for yourself.
Thank you.
Yay. Yay, ladies. Thank you, everybody. Feel good. Mwah. So good to see you. I miss you all.
I miss you.
Yeah, I miss you. Oh, the boys are in the back. So cute. Everybody have a great Shabbat. Feel good. Everybody be well.
Thank you.
Yay. Mwah. Hope to see you soon.
Bye. When's your next one?
I think I have to check the schedule. I have to check the schedule.
Are you back on?